What?
So bossy.
You direct then.
That way.
You're an idiot.
Boys are dumb.
Hello and welcome to 3/3 Game Nerds. I'm Adam.
I'm Winnie.
And I'm Eric.
And today we're talking about our top 9 iwin cards.
We're doing 9 so that you all can pick the 10th. Post in the comments what your favorite iwin card is from Magic the Gathering.
Alright. So, number 1.
You get to start.
Oh, I get to start. What is my number 1?
Ashley.
Turn it up on the phone.
Oh, I tried to bring some
did.
sap in. Didn't work.
So number 1, I'm going to start with Epic Struggle. So Epic Struggle says, at the beginning of your upkeep, if you control 20 or more creatures, you win the game. So I've actually been hunting this card down for a while, and I have one on the way. Apparently it's really hard to find for some reason. But,
It's because it's an iwin card.
well, and it's from Odyssey, which is considered an old set, I guess.
No.
I don't know. I don't consider that old. But...
Well, that's probably about halfway through your Magic.
Right.
You don't
That's
consider
one
a lot
I
of
didn't
things
play.
old when you are old.
Shut up. So, there's a lot of easy ways to win with this card. My number one way of doing it is, of course, creating tokens.
Yeah.
So, with my favorite card, Verdant Forest, of course, where every turn it makes a 1/1 sapperling. So each turn around the table, you're going to get a 1/1. So by the time it comes all the way back around, you've already made 4. You got 5. You're a quarter of the way there. But you put out there also Tender Shoot Dryad, which does the exact same thing.
Also has a scent. Not send,
It has the City's Blessing,
yeah.
where it gives all your...
So...
If you have 10 permanents in play, you get something called the City's Blessing, which makes it the other... What is it called? The other ability on the card will trigger on Tender Shoot Dryad, which gives all your creatures, I believe, +2/+2.
That wasn't my question, though.
Oh, what's your question?
My question was, so it says 20 or more creatures.
Yes.
So tokens count as creatures?
Yes. A creature is a creature.
How do I know that? Oh,
If it's got numbers in the bottom right corner, it's a creature.
It's a token. Tokens don't have numbers in the bottom right corner until you give them numbers.
Well, they're token creatures.
Yeah. Okay, then.
But there are different types of tokens, too, yes.
That's
so
great.
Not every token is a creature.
Okay. Thanks for this clarification.
And it is scent.
It's called a send?
Yeah.
But it gives you the City's Blessing, right?
Yes.
Okay. So we're both right.
Yes.
Hey!
About
Whoa.
time.
I'm shocked.
So that is... And the other one is... what's the other guy that makes sapperlings black and green? Slimefoot.
Yeah, Slimefoot.
Oh, you
Slimefoot,
had
yeah.
Slimefoot.
So
Yeah.
I originally was getting that card for my Slimefoot deck, but I think I'm going to put it in one of my other decks because that makes even more tokens faster with the other 2 cards I just mentioned. So that would be my first pick.
Okay.
Winnie.
My first pick we've actually talked about in a previous episode. That would be the Felidar Sovereign, because that is the only iwin card that I've actually had experience with having like in my deck. Yeah. So I have it, and if you have 40 or more life, is it your upkeep or something?
Yeah, it's upkeep.
Yeah. At the beginning of your upkeep, then you win the game.
Yep.
And it's in my angel deck. So it's mono white, right?
Yeah, mono white.
Play it turn 0 and win.
I mean, that's my life gain deck.
Yeah.
So I could really, as long as I can play it, I'm good, because like I said before, my life does not really get below 40 if I play with that deck.
Right.
Yeah.
We need to figure out a way to play that on turn 0.
Well, it also has lifelink, so I mean, like...
I bet I can figure out a way.
We need to figure
There's got to be a way to cheat. Well, no, not on turn 0, no. I don't think there is a way.
You don't have mana.
Yeah, there's ways to win.
I think there's a way to
before
do
the
it
game
on
even
turn
starts.
2.
In what, Legacy, you can win on turn 0.
Right.
There's ways to do it, but not with that card.
I was gonna say, that card,
Yeah.
you gotta play it. You gotta pay to play.
Right.
But yeah, so that's my first pick.
That's a good pick.
Yeah, that's a very good pick. My first pick is Thassa's Oracle, the one that a lot of people would say is either the most competitive or the easiest to win with.
Yeah.
Adam
Because
says, simple to win.
Oh, no, that was a shiver because it's cold down here. It's like, ugh.
No, I'm saying you'd say it's simple
creature.
to win with. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a creature that costs blue. Whenever when Thassa's Oracle enters the battlefield, look at the top X cards of your library, where X is your devotion to blue. Put one of them on top of your library and the rest on the bottom of your library in a random order. If X is greater than the number of cards in your library, you win the game. So a lot of times, like, people will, like, either like Doomsday or my favorite way, Enter the Infinite.
The way I did it the other day,
welcome.
Paradigm Shift.
Yeah, that one's good too.
Paradigm Shift exiles your whole deck. So what I did was I Paradigm Shifted and then I Thassa's Oracled on like turn 3, I think it was, and won the game instantly.
Yeah. There's another way that I've been kind of tinkering with, which is Leveler.
Why do I feel like
What's
I was
Leveler?
there for that?
It takes your
You were
library
there
and
for
exile it.
I was there for that.
Yeah, you were.
Look at me.
Is it a creature?
No, artifact. It's a 5 colors
What's an artifact?
Leveler.
I'm not familiar with that.
It's just making up stuff now.
Clearly.
Nah, it's whenever it enters the battlefield, you exile your library. Oh no, it is a creature,
Ha! I thought it was a creature.
I need to.
but it is an artifact.
Yeah.
So
That works.
yeah.
Juggernaut.
You need to figure out a way to, as you're casting that, give that to someone else. I've tried to figure that out many times, is if there's ways that as I'm casting something, I can instead have it come into play in someone else's playfield and have that effect happen to someone else.
That would be a very interesting way to go about it.
But I haven't found a card that does that.
Yeah. But yeah, Thassa's Oracle is my number 1 pick for iwin cards.
So, hey, I have actually played in a game where that card has been played before.
You have. You're familiar with a
Thanks.
lot of these things.
I wouldn't say that. Definitely not.
My second pick is Kite Tyrant, which is a 6/5 flying, trampling dragon. Whenever it deals combat damage to a player, gain control of all artifacts that player controls. And at the beginning of my upkeep, if you control 20 or more artifacts, I win the game.
It's a lot of artifacts. You're like in the 20 or more here. I'm sensing a
20
pattern.
Seems to be a thing.
He's trying to get up more to his age.
Okay.
Bless his heart. He tried.
Oh, you said bless his heart. Don't do that. So
Where do we live, Adam?
yeah, I know. So what I like to team up with that, and I have this all in a deck, is one of the cards I will mix in with that is Treasure Nabber. So Treasure Nabber says whenever an opponent taps an artifact for mana, gain control of that artifact until end of my next turn. So right there I'm stealing everyone's artifacts, so I have them at my upkeep. But then also I will mix in Mycolith Lattice, which says all permanents are artifacts.
That's okay.
So if I have the Dragon out and Mycolith Lattice, literally tap your lands where your lands are artifacts. So now they all come to me.
That's what I'm saying.
So you tap anything, it all comes to me.
See, when I think of those cards by themselves, because I don't know other cards to pair them with, my brain says, that is a lot of artifacts, or that is a lot of, whatever, 20 of something, anything. That's a lot of creatures.
Right.
And so I'm like, I don't want that card, because how would I ever win? But then here you are over here, making everything an artifact.
Everything.
I don't know that there are cards that do that.
Well, like, you've seen that card before in my Simic Draw deck, where basically I'll
Oh,
play
I
that.
have?
Yeah, because I'll play that
I don't
in
know
order
which deck that is.
the
Is that the Enter the Infinite?
Yes.
Okay.
I'll
Let's
use
call the Enter the Infinite deck.
I'll use that card because it lets me spend mana of any color, as if it was any color.
Cool story.
So,
Oh,
I
right.
don't.
Yeah, you tried to do that the other day.
Yeah,
I remember.
I was gonna win. Then Robbie won.
I lost.
But there's also I like to make decks that make treasures as well, treasure tokens.
I was literally, as you were saying, treasure nabber. I was like, that sounds just so Adam.
Yeah,
Just so Adam.
So making a lot of treasures is pretty quick and easy to do as well.
Yeah.
So that's definitely one of my top picks of iwin cards.
I could see that for sure. Just now I'm more educated. Look at me learning things.
Yeah. You're next.
Okay, so my second choice is actually kind of inspired by this guy because he was like, "Oh, I want to put this in your angel deck, right? My angel deck."
Yeah, your angel life king deck.
My life gain deck because it's mono white. It is Test of Endurance.
What's that?
At the beginning of your upkeep, if you have 50 or more life, you win the game. So it's
Shut up.
so here's Felidar Sovereign at 40 life, and then you just want to be even fancier with your 50 life. Here's Test of Endurance.
All right.
But I can get that endurance,
Yeah.
because I have so many creatures and things with
Quick and easy
life
to do.
later.
Yeah.
So
You only have to really gain 10 life.
Yeah, and that
Exactly.
also dodges a lot more removal.
It would
'cause
be-
it's
It's an enchantment.
it would be very easy with this guy because he wouldn't attack me.
So you have both in that deck.
I'm going to.
You have both in one deck.
He hasn't put Test of Endurance in
I
there
have,
yet.
I have to get one.
He's
Okay.
yeah. He doesn't. We don't have it.
It's on the list.
It's on the list.
Yeah.
That list is growing
phone
and
book.
growing and growing. But I mean, I don't have any experience actually like using it or winning any games with it.
You
But-
will.
Yeah.
Once you get it, you will.
Oh, thanks.
Yeah, like there's a few other cards I need to get for your off game deck anyway. So
Yeah.
Sounds good. I'm cool with it. I mean, I don't love the artwork. You guys know how I am with artwork,
Right.
though. It's,
we'll get it altered.
It's, in the words of Robbie, meh.
Meh.
But your next pick.
This is one that I want to build around.
It's on the other list.
Yes, it's Biovisionary.
Yeah, his list.
It's a creature. It's one colorless, green, blue.
Let's talk about what type of creature it is. Why is another reason that you like it?
It's a wizard.
It's a wizard.
Oh, I thought it'd be a shapeshifter.
Eric's all about wizards, but everybody's like, Eric, are you building a wizard deck? Eric, are you building a wizard deck?
Nope. I've never built a
And he
wizard deck.
hasn't
No,
yet.
I haven't built a
Dragons
dragon,
is the
and I've
other
never
thing
built
that
a
Eric's
zombie.
and zombies. Those are his three things, and people are surprised that he hasn't built decks centered around them.
So build a wizard dragon zombie deck.
It's a little extra. Sounds like a little bit too much. You're
I
trying to
know, I know a way.
Yeah, that's easy.
If there's a will, there's a way. So
But-
what does it do?
At the beginning of the end step, if you control 4 or more creatures named Biovisionary, you win the game. So, a very easy way to go about this.
Oh, I know how you're doing it.
Write a replication.
Yep.
I was about to say, is that
Yeah.
something from your clone deck?
Yes.
Yes.
So yeah, I was like, clone it.
Yeah.
Yeah, basically, clone it.
With overload, so it makes 5 of them,
Yes.
right? Yeah.
So,
Is it
And-
at upkeep?
no,
You said?
end step.
Oh Lord.
Yeah.
Okay, that's
So,
garbage.
it's a very easy I win card. All I need to do is just build it now.
Right. And
But-
cast 2 cards.
Yeah. But honestly, this one, I probably would make this one blue, green, white. Because of it gives me an extra tutor effect I can go for.
Oh, I got you. That makes sense.
Yeah.
Do you have the tutors?
Yeah.
Oh, all right.
Mm-hmm.
Good deal.
Cool story.
So my third pick is going for another color. We're going blue, Mechanized Production. And I learned something about this card recently that made it even better. So it's an enchanted artifact you control. And at the beginning of your upkeep, you create a token that's a copy of the enchanted artifact. Then, if you control 8 or more artifacts with the same name as one another, you win the game.
What is it with you and multiples?
Shh. He just did 4. I'm only doing 8 this time. I went down from 20 to 8.
Okay.
So I think I'm doing
Okay.
better.
All right.
But
20,
here-
20, and 8.
Yeah. 48.
Oh, you wanted him to add? It's a math show now, and very easy
Yeah.
math. Congrats.
Yay! I passed the first grade.
Congrats.
So here's the thing that I learned about this is that it doesn't say that the one that's enchanted you have to have 8 of. It's 8 of an artifact.
Yeah.
So you can enchant treasure, but then if you make 8 Thopters, you win. Yeah, it doesn't have to be the enchanted artifact. It's 8 of any artifact that are the same thing. You win.
Really?
Yes.
Eric says,
Check
let
the
me
wording.
see that.
And I actually looked it up on some message boards. And
With the same name as one...
just the same named artifact, not the one that is enchanted.
Huh.
Yeah, it's even better than you thought.
Yeah. Because I had that in... crap, I forget his name. Sai? The one that makes Thopters?
Oh, it's real easy to win.
Yeah.
So, yeah, Sai, Master Thopterist.
Yeah.
And I have it in the Brutaclad. Brutaclad, where every attack step, you make a 2/1 mirror, but then you can change all your tokens into whatever other token you have. Real easy.
Yeah.
It is Brutaclad, right? Am I thinking of the right card?
Yeah.
Black, blue.
No.
I could
Red,
not
blue.
tell ya.
Brutaclad is red, blue.
Let's see. No, that's the right guy. That's the right guy. I was right. And you're right with the colors.
Yeah.
So there we go. We were right twice.
What?
This
Yes.
episode.
Is this the end of the world? I'm so very confused.
So yeah, that is my third and final pick. Winnie.
Right, my final pick is one that is, I mean,
Is it
it's very
white?
me. I mean,
It's a white card, isn't it?
it's white and colorless, yeah.
All right.
Um,
What's it do?
it's called Happily Ever After, which is one reason why I like it. You know, I'm all about the Happily Ever After.
Throne of Eldraine. Was it?
Guys,
Was it in
it's-
Throne of
Yes.
Eldraine?
I say,
Yeah.
don't even look
The
at me
fairy
when you
ta-
ask that,
the
though.
fairy tale set.
I don't.
Yeah.
Oh, am I familiar with that? Did you bring that up at some point?
I
No.
try to show you some of the cards that were referencing
I had no
Disney
interest. Moving on.
stories.
Not Disney stories.
Well,
fairy
fairy
tales
tales.
were fairy tales before Disney.
Yes.
As much as I love Disney, I'm not going to say Disney came up with everything.
So
No.
all they are is a bunch of hacks that copied everything.
We're about to fight. if you don't see Adam in the next episode, you'll know why.
But I have 20 creatures. I win
Doesn't matter.
the fight.
I have more than 40 life. I win.
Oh shoot.
Okay, so Happily Ever After is an enchantment, and I like the name and I like the artwork. It's not the most beautiful artwork, but you guys know how I am with artwork.
Sure.
So when it enters the battlefield, each player gains 5 life and draws a card.
Okay.
So, more of that life
Sure.
gain, even though it doesn't necessarily, doesn't super help. It's one of the things. This has so many components, which is why I don't have this card. I'm not sure if I'd want this card necessarily.
Too much to read.
It's just, it's not too much to read. It's too many things to be able to, Eric had his card with one thing and he wins. I had my cards with one thing happens and you win. This one, you have to have...
So 5 life,
5.
we each gain a card. We each draw a card.
Yeah, and then at the beginning of your upkeep, if there are 5 colors among permanents that you control,
Yes.
there are 6 or more card types among permanents you control.
How many card types are there? 8? Land, enchantment, aura,
Artifact.
creature, artifact.
I don't think Aura counts.
Is this an enchantment?
Yeah.
Does land count?
So
Yeah.
land, artifact, creature, enchantment.
Artifact.
No, he already
I
said
said that.
artifact. God bless. I don't...
What's the 6?
Instants. Sorceries.
They're
Oh,
not permanents.
You didn't... Yeah.
No, this...
It says
Read
6...
it again.
No. Yeah, 6...
This is too complicated
6
already.
or
I hate
more
it.
card types among permanents.
Among permanents. So token?
No, tokens disappear.
It's a card type.
But if a token's a creature,
Just keep
creature's
reading
a
the
permanent.
card. Somebody
Yeah.
tell us the 6 permanents because we're idiots.
Yeah, I don't... I'm not an idiot.
Put
Boys
in
are
the
dumb.
comments. Got him.
Yep. I'm the novice. So you have to have that, and then and or cards in your graveyard. So the permanent you control the 6 can also be in
Okay.
graveyard. And your life total is greater than or equal to your starting life, so 40 or more.
This is too many stipulations.
Then you win the game. Exactly. That's why I would never...
You picked this in your top 3?
It's kind of his fault.
Oh, okay.
But I like it, it's cool, but I wouldn't.
It's more the flavor, not what it does.
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah. Tastes like strawberries. So the permanent types are artifact, creature, enchantment, instant, land, planeswalker, and sorcery.
Oh.
So
how is
1, 2,
instant
3,
a permanent?
4, 5, 6, 7.
Well,
So
it's
6 out of
also
7.
cards in your graveyard.
Yeah, but how are instants and
Because instant
sorceries
sorcerers are in your graveyard.
But they're not permanent.
But it literally says among permanents.
This is a poorly worded card.
or cards in your graveyard.
Oh! We read it wrong.
The and or.
The and or
it,
got
yeah.
us. Whoa! Eric just Englished.
I'm good at English now.
He's getting more smarteristly.
Oh gosh,
Smartest
he's
sleep.
rubbing off on me. Oh, I had to read it again. Magic cards get too wordy. Sometimes I'm just like skimming. Eric will be like, "Babe, look at this card," and I'm like skimming. I'm like, "Cool."
Next.
He's like,
Yeah,
and
like
then
earlier
he's like,
today.
then he says something, and I'm like, "Oh, that's cool." And he is like, "That's literally the card that I was trying to show you." And I was like, "Well, let me read it on my own. I don't need you to be like,
Yeah.
look at
Yeah,
this."
that literally happened earlier today.
Well, let's talk about that, shall we?
Oh boy.
Because that brings us into your card.
Okay. Last pick.
My last pick is actually one that I have never used, but I think that it's a really cool way to go about winning.
No, he just likes the name of it.
What is
No.
it?
Near-death experience.
Okay.
It's a
He's about to have one of
5-color
those.
artifact. Not artifact. Enchantment that costs 2 white. At the beginning of your upkeep, if you have exactly 1 life, you win the game.
It doesn't seem that hard if it's a black-white deck.
Well, wait.
Yeah.
Well, wait. Here's
What?
the thing.
There's a thing?
Here's the thing.
What's the thing?
I was like, oh, that's a really good partner card for this card I was looking at earlier called Angels of Grace. Right? Angel of Grace, isn't that it? Yeah?
I think so.
And
Yeah.
it is...
No. It's Angel's Grace.
That's what I said.
You say Angel's Grace.
Oh, whatever. I don't... Do I play Magic?
Yes.
No. Anyways, Angel's Grace. So, you can't lose. It's kind of an iwin card. You can't lose the game during this turn, and your opponents can't win during
Okay.
this turn. And then until the end of the turn, damage that would reduce your life total
Puts you
to
at 1.
less than 1 reduces it to 1 instead. So, like, you could kind of partner it. Like, I didn't choose it as a favorite because I don't care about either of those. But since Eric was bringing it up, when I said, "Oh yeah, there's this card I
You
saw.
found a combo.
There's this card that could work well with that." He said, "That's literally the card I showed you earlier." And I was like, "Oh, well, I didn't care about it. I didn't want to look at it." But it was literally the same card he tried to show me earlier. He was because
I'm figuring out combos as you guys are talking. That's why I'm spacing out.
this guy.
You know the creatures that have, if they hit somebody, their life total is 1?
I didn't know that was a thing.
And there's
Oh yeah.
planeswalkers that do it.
Master of Cruelty.
I didn't know that was a thing.
There's a planeswalker that does it too. I think it's...
No, that's takes it down to 10. Soren.
Okay.
Soren Markov.
So if there's a way to... If I don't know if it's attacking or if it does damage to... we gotta look that card up real quick.
Which one?
What you just said that makes
Master
you
of
1.
Cruelty?
You're expecting him to be able to spell it correctly.
Because if it's deals damage to someone, it puts their life at 1. Will you find a way to hurt yourself with it? What does it say?
When Master of Cruelty attacks a player and isn't blocked, that player is left
okay, you
open.
can't attack yourself. Darn it! I was trying to find ways to make yourself go down to 1 real easy.
I'm just...
Well, there's plenty of ways. Like you got, I think it's
Just pay life to draw cards, or
Yeah, pay life to draw cards.
pay life to do damage. Pay life. There's pay life in black.
Like
That's why I said
Matrix.
easy with black and white.
Isn't hatred?
What are you laughing at?
I'm just loving how much you guys have been looking up stuff and neither one of you have been able to spell words correctly.
I spelled my words correctly.
You did not.
It's
You
from the
spelled
card.
leveler wrong and he spelled permanence wrong.
I just typed too quick. That's what.
Yeah, that's what it
She's
is.
our resident spell checker. So
So any captions that you see that are wrong on certain
like in the last
episodes,
episode,
this guy right here.
I did it.
But I wish he would be like, hey, does this look good? No.
So if you missed the last spelling issue in the last
go find
episode,
it.
Go find it and comment that you found it.
I remember exactly what it is, so I got you.
What was that episode?
That was the Mario gamer, the Monopoly gamer. Mario Kart.
One. What she said.
Yeah.
So go watch that episode again and see if you can find the spelling mistake.
Yeah. And
all right. And
also,
what's the 10th pick?
I say,
what's our 10th
remember,
pick? Do it.
You need to leave in the comments what our 10th pick is going to be. We want to see which one's going to be the best, which one's going to make it into our top 10.
Pick it. We want to hear it.
Do it.
All right.
Now. We both did the eye thing. Our eyes got big. Is that our intimidation stance? I'm so done with you. Oh.
So speaking of being done, we're done with this episode.
Yeah.
Yay.
So don't forget to like, follow, and subscribe.
And don't forget the hat bell. Ding.
Yep. So that you can figure out when new episodes will be posted.
And coming soon, this will also be available as a regular podcast to listen to. So start looking for us on podcast apps.
Yeah.
Because we'll be on pretty much all of them.
Yay.
Yay, Adam.
I can listen to myself at work.
I did things. You always talk to yourself. What are you talking about?
Boys are dumb. I'm done.